Alright, welcome to my Birds of a Feather bundle gameplay and review. So this is a pretty solid bundle, but is it worth buying? That's the question, because a lot of people are skeptical about how some of these skins are going to look in-game. So the bundle itself is a pretty decent price, 2,600 V-Bucks. You get 3 skins, 3 backblings, but only 1 single pickaxe for some reason. Now sold separately, all 3 skins are 1,200 a piece. And then the pickaxe is 800. So if you look at it like that, if you buy everything separately, it's 4,400 V-Bucks. And if you buy the bundle, again, it's only 2,600. So obviously the better deal is the bundle. It's an insane value. Now of note, they're all 3 in different sets. So Budge is in Breaker of Cages, TEX FLAMINGO is in Feathered West, and then Sergeant Drake is in Squawking Sergeant. Kind of weird that they didn't bundle them all in the same set. So none of the 3 skins have any other styles. What you see is what you get. So first up, there's Budge. He's got a multicolored design here, including some cool galaxy feathers in the back. I really like that. He's also got the bandana on, almost like the Rambo bandana. So I think Budge is either a parakeet or a parrot. I'm not 100% sure. All 3 of these skins look like they could be out of the movie Rio. I love Rio. I've seen Rio 1 and Rio 2. Amazing stuff. But his eyes are the funniest to me. I love this guy. Then we've got the more serious TEX FLAMINGO. Look at his squinty eyes, almost like, you looking at me, kid? He's got a purple hat with a sheriff's star on it. And obviously he's supposed to be a flamingo, more comical in nature, but look at the size of his beak. Holy smokes, I can't wait to see what this looks like in-game. He's probably my least favorite, but maybe when I see him in-game we'll change our tune. And then my absolute favorite is Sergeant Drake. He is a male duck. It says, proud soldier of the never-ending bird skirmish. He's got the amazing blue feathers in the back there, and then a little brown and white, webbed feet as well. He's got an army helmet on with some ammunition up there, and then a card with a broken heart. So all pretty solid. They all look kind of silly and fun. I like it. So as for the backblings, they're pretty much all the same. So they look like their counterparts. This is the duck duffel. It says mostly birdseed. Okay, it's all birdseed. And his feet wobble to and fro. I love that. Squinty eyes as well. Same thing for the flamingo one. Squinty eyes. The beak is still there. Floppy feet. And then Squawk Sack. He's got the big eyes still and the feet still dangle. I love it. They all look very similar in nature. That's why I'm surprised they're not all in the same set. So there's only one pickaxe, the Cosmic Peckaxe. And I'm assuming it goes with the Budge skin. Putting it here in the locker. Okay, that looks pretty sweet. It's got that galaxy effect. We'll equip that. So there's no glider and there's no wrap. So making a combo for some of these could be a little tricky. For the Budge skin, we do have the galaxy effect, and we've got some light blue and some purple. We could try the Celestia glider, which has the galaxy effect as well, but I don't know how it's going to look because there's not much galaxy to this skin, but I kind of want to see. Now for a wrap, I've got a few equipped. We're going to try Crossfade's Galaxy, which is the galaxy effect. Star Scout, which is the same, but I don't think it's going to flow very well. The Rainbow Wrap, anxious to see what that looks like. And the Rainbow Fog, I think, could suit as well. So we'll try some of these and see if we can match this brilliant color scheme here for Budge. We're going to start with him. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Let's try out the Celestia glider. No, I'm not feeling this one. You can see the little bits of feather with the galaxy effect on the skin, but it's more so that blue and pink. So yeah, I think this is kind of a flop for a glider. Maybe any rainbow color schemed glider would work a lot better. Okay, so here's the first skin. The feathers almost remind me of a cape or a dress. Just the way it flows. You can see the tail feathers kind of rise up a little bit, but it's almost like the skin is wearing a large nightgown. That's what it kind of reminds me of. They don't even act like feathers, is what I'm trying to say. That's interesting. So you can see the galaxy effect on the under feathers there. It's definitely noticeable. And of course, the bandana is there. It looks like it's also wrapped around the pickaxe. Speaking of the pickaxe, let's see the pull-out sound. Okay, that's not bad. It's got a pretty decent contrail as well. I'm sure it's going to look way better in the dark. Here's the splash. It's a good splash. All right, so here's the aim down sights. Okay, so it's a very vertical skin. You can see it takes up the entire screen. Very rarely do you go from the bottom of the screen to the very top of the screen on a skin. Usually you can see well above the character's head. This time, no. It literally takes up the entire screen up and down. But you can see to the left of the skin, which isn't always the case on some skins as well. But as for the actual aim, it's not bad. You can still see exactly where you're shooting, so it's not too bad. Of course, the eyeballs are ginormous, and you can see a little galaxy effect from the feathers when you aim down sights. But of course, it doesn't match this purple at all. For some reason, I thought it was purple. It's more of a blue galaxy effect. So this wrap isn't too bad. That kind of flows better than I thought it would be. Here's the rainbow one. That kind of matches. And then this one's actually animated. So some of the colors fit. Some of them don't. I don't know. I think if you just get some kind of rainbow color scheme, you can't go wrong. Let's take a look from the front. So he's got those crazy big eyeballs that seem to go all over the place. And then the color scheme does look pretty good. It's very, very bright, of course. And as I mentioned, the feet on the back bling just weeble wobble all over the place. That's real fun. And the eyeballs seem to move as well on the back bling, that is. Pretty cool. Pickaxe definitely goes with this skin, 100%. And it cycles between yellow, the galaxy effect, red, pink, all sorts of bright colors. Let's see what they look like in the dark. So nothing on the skin except for the galaxy feathers glows. Let's take a look from the front, see if that's still the case. It looks like the whites of his eyes kind of glow. Now as for the pickaxe, you can see the handle has the galaxy effect. And the contrail is way more noticeable in the dark. Okay. So the pickaxe is pretty solid. It's a two-handed galaxy pickaxe that could go with other galaxy skins as well. Okay, so next is TEX FLAMINGO. So obviously we're going to run the back bling. For a pickaxe, there's actually two that would go quite nicely. The pink flamingo from Chapter 1, Season 1, or the Lawnbreaker, which is another flamingo from Chapter 1, Season 9. Those two would match perfectly. I'm going to go with the actual pink flamingo. For a glider, I couldn't find any flamingo gliders, but the Rose Rider is a nice pink, so that might work. And you could also try the Eggar glider, which has yellow feathers and a pink egg. So I might try that. There's no yellow on the skin, but we're going to try it regardless because of the pink egg. Now for a wrap, I think the flame might work because it literally looks like feathers. And there's also the Clucking Mad, which is pink, but every time you shoot, it turns yellow. So we'll see how these play out. Let's take a look. Let's try the glider first. Here we go. Okay, that's not too bad. And it looks like the underside of his hat is yellow. I didn't notice that. That's a pretty good fit, I think. Pink seems to match a little bit. Now, I kind of want to see what that other rose glider that I had looks like. So let's try that too real quick. Okay, here we go. Well, I guess that's not bad either. It kind of matches the pink. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Which one do you like better, the egg or this glider right here? It's a tough call. So it looks like the flamingo pickaxe is a little bit darker pink than what the feathers are on this skin. But the back bling looks almost like a pink red. So it's a little darker, at least on the sides. The hat is pretty silly. I can see the beak. Like when you make these subtle movements, see the beak come into the frame. It's just that big. Oh, nice pink contrail on the pickaxe. I don't think I've ever used this pickaxe. Oh, no splash though. That's kind of weird. So just like the first skin, the feathers kind of remind me of a cloak or a dress. All right, here we go. The aim down sights. Ooh, that is the biggest beak in the game. Wow, so it overlaps on your wrap, which is kind of awkward. Now, of course, it doesn't interact with your aim at all. It just is a lot to look at when you're aiming down sights, to say the least. So I like how they kind of make it curve to the right. So it's kind of coming at you instead of going straight out like it should. So it doesn't look, well, wow, it takes up the whole SMG there. It doesn't look that bad, is what I'm trying to say. I thought this would be the worst by far because of how large that beak is, but it's not as bad as I thought. Now the skin doesn't quite take up the full length of the screen like the first one did, but it's very close with that hat. It's just a very large aim down sights on the left. As for the wrap, this one's okay. But again, when you shoot this one, it turns yellow, and then it'll fade back. And then the Valeria wrap, well, the pink part kind of gets blocked by the beak regardless. So, I don't know. Kind of hard to make a combo for this one, I think. That is quite the nose on this skin. Oh, I didn't even realize he's got a piece of straw in his mouth. Wait a minute, can you see that when you aim down sights? Oh, just barely. Look, you can see it right there from this perspective. Huh, I didn't even notice that in the locker. Take a look in the dark here. Doesn't look like anything glows except the white of the eyes. Now real quick, I'll take the back bling off because everyone always asks me to do that. And I'll swap the pickaxes too. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, so here's the other one. Once again, this color scheme on the pickaxe doesn't quite match. This would have matched the back bling that I just took off. This one doesn't even have a contrail. And without the back bling, I don't know. I can't say it looks better or worse, so just whichever you prefer. If you don't like the back bling, that's fine. If you do, it didn't look that bad either. They're very slender skins, surprisingly. Okay, so for Sergeant Drake, he's got that military aspect about him, so I'm going to go with the machete pickaxe. Kind of matches his color scheme a little bit with that forest green. Then I've got the Choppa glider. That should look perfect, I hope. For a wrap, I'm trying to match that green. So I've got green toy. We'll try the shroud wrap. And then the riptide. I'm not sure if that's going to match, but it also has some yellow in it. And then bubbleflage might work as well. So we'll try all these, see how he looks. I think this is going to be my favorite, but let's take a look. So in terms of the skins themselves, they all kind of look the same. They're very slender, they're very tall. Obviously the first one has ginormous eyes, the second one has a ginormous beak, and this one's kind of a mix of both of them. Not quite as big of a beak and not quite as big of eyes, but I do like the color scheme on this one. The green and the blue and the white. This by far is my favorite. The back bling's not bad on this one either. You can see he's got the camo streaks across his face too. Here's the pickaxe that we picked. That's not too bad, I think. Got a sharp sound effect. Yeah, the rich blue on the feathers just really makes it pop a little bit. So the green toy wrap looks pretty good. Oh no, his dog tag kind of glitches. Second wrap looks pretty good as well. Riptide not very good. And the bubbleflage, that's not too bad either. So I think we did fairly well on the wraps here. Not too bad. Let's take a look from the front. So you can see his dog tags there. Pretty solid. This, I think, is my favorite. A little more less standout-ish than the other two. That's what he looks like in the dark. Nothing glowing. Oh, so his eyes don't glow like the other two. That's kind of weird. So let me hop into a match. We'll see if there's any secret reactivity on the back bling. I'm assuming they're all the same because they look very similar. We'll try Sergeant Drake here as the skin. Okay, so here we go. I think I forgot to show the Choppa glider on Sergeant Drake here. So let me show that for you here. It's in the nighttime, but that's okay. Okay, it's a little more darker green. Let's get in a limb with Darkwing Duck here and see what happens. Hopefully these are all bots coming in. Oh, I didn't mean to kill him that fast. I couldn't even see because of the scope. Okay, this 100% is a bot over here, so let's try again. Wait, where did he go? Wait, where did he go? Did he run down the mountain? What the? Oh wait, here comes footsteps. Maybe this is him. Okay, I didn't see the back bling do anything there. So it doesn't look like there's any secret reactivity. So there you go, the Birds of a Feather bundle. Yeah, they're not the best skins ever, but they're not supposed to be. They're just supposed to be a gimmicky skin all around, and that's exactly what they are. They're giant birds, for crying out loud. They're comical and they're funny skins. If I had to pick a favorite, it would definitely be Sergeant Drake. If you only have enough to buy one, that's who I would recommend. So let me know in the comments which of these skins, if any, do you like the best. There you go, that's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.